Hope everybody is doing great. With this note, let me get a quick recap of the yesterday's class. In the previous class, what I asked one question is that, have you ever seen child labor? And of course, you have seen, but you didn't actually get into the detail. Okay, maybe they are doing the jobs, maybe there is a need for the job. So what is the plight? What is the difficult situation they face and how the child labor is there? In this particular lesson, Dancing in the Rain, Azim Premji, the writer, has given the varieties of the child labor. Okay. So now let us start first of all the child labor who does the work physically. So here he especially talk about the zari factories because many of the child labor were actually, many of the children were rescued. It was in 2005, then again in 2007, 2008, many of the children were rescued. Rescued means saved from the zari factories. It was in 2005 when 500 zari workers were rescued from Delhi. And from Aurangabad, Maharashtra side, from Mumbai, from Hyderabad, many places, zari workers, girls can easily understand this one. Even you have some zari work on your like festival or your the dresses which you wear during the functions, you have the zari work done. That would be done with the help of this special needles made for that, and the whole cloth would be tied up to one of the cot and the needle should be injected into that. If they inject a wrong needle, it will directly get pierced into their finger. So just imagine it out, what the difficult situation they face. I have read one of the interview of a boy who was 7 years old, who is actually being taken from his father's side. One of the friend of the father has promised that I'll provide you every month, I will give you 500 or more than 500 rupees if you give your son to me for the work. And what he said is that I'll take your son to the place where I work and let him work for few hours, then I'll let him go for the school. So the father thought that, okay, my son is going to one of the good place where he can earn as well as where he can learn. Learn means to study. So the father has agreed. It is a real case. I have read the report into that matter, whatever it was. Actually, the report was being written where the children were rescued. So the child has gone with that so-called uncle. The uncle has taken that boy to the zari factory, where he has to work doing the zari borders and zari saris and zari shararas, whatever the good dresses would be made up, like the bridal dresses, whatever it is there. So he said that sometimes I got so much pain in my fingers because he was just 7 years old, such a tender fingers. And long hours I have to work, since morning till the evening I have to work, and in between lunch would be given, meager lunch would be given, whatever it will be provided at that time. Obviously it could not be something very nutritious and all, not delicious as well, because they don't want to provide good things to the workers that to the child laborers. So he said that many a times because of the wrong stitch I pierce myself, because the needle has gone into a wrong place, and the needle pierced into his other finger and the blood oozes out. So the heading was written as on the report that the blood on your dresses, because the zari workers are the child laborers. So it was actually very tough conditions for the children. He has said that after rescuing, the police has saved him from that zari factory. So what he said that, I just don't want to study more, I don't want to do anything, because he has not sent me to school, he has not given me proper food and so much work and not paid a single amount to my father, whatever he has promised. I was being like in a jail, in a prison, in a small dingy room they used to keep him, and he has to be there only like a small prison, like a cell of a prison he would be there. So he said that I just want to go back to my home. So you can imagine what the situation he faced at such a tender age of 7 years. And before coming to that place with that so-called uncle, he was going to the school. So he said, I actually enjoyed going to the school. But because my so-and-so uncle has promised to father that I will study as well as I will earn. So my father thought that, okay, it's better for his future. So he sent me. But no contact with the parents. Parents lost the contact with the boy, and the boy could not able to talk to the parents, neither he could able to send the money. So this is one of the, like you can say, one of the very toughest situation the child has faced. Now Azim Premji is saying that not only in the, he actually got very much tensed by reading the news of the Zari factories, and not only in Zari factories, in everywhere where they employed the making of bangles, especially in Hyderabad, making of bangles. So they would have to mold the metal and all, and only normally children would do all this, and they suffer a lot. They got the burns on their fingers and hands. The whole day they have to work, and long working hours plus low wages, low payment to them, or whatever they can give them the payment. They can say that, okay, we are giving you the food and we are giving the place to live in. What is the need of the money for you? So better to stay here without getting any money. Or if they ask for money, they may give them very less amount. So low wages. It is easy for them to hire this type of the boys whose parents are not going to ask them anything. Now next is that what he is saying is that Malays out of society. I said you meaning of the Malays, the evil, the root of the, so he is saying that the condition that weakens the society, it should be come out. That means from the root it to be eliminated, that Malays of the society. Now here he has given one variety of the child labor who was working physically. Now he turned towards the mental child labor, those who are doing the mental work. Now given the example of the 9th standard child, he said that one of my friend's daughter is in 9th standard, and this is the schedule of the child. At what time she is waking up, she or he, any child, 5 a.m. 1 hour study before breakfast only, then goes to school at 8, 4 p.m. returns from school, 6 p.m. entrance coaching, going for the entrance coaching, 2 hours tuitions for normal regular studies, 1 hour for homework, and only half an hour she got for watching the television, whatever her favorite serial would be. Half an hour for television. So the author said that once I asked whether do you go out and play, she said no, I don't have the time, because for me entrance coaching is important. I have to go for entrance examination because competition is more. I have to work for competition, otherwise I would be losing in the field of the studies. So it's better for me to go for the entrance, and because I am preparing for the future entrance, if I don't do better at present, I have to go to the tuitions of the present subjects, regular ones. Then for the future entrance I am going this one, this for the regular ones, this obviously I have to go to the school to study. Then before that also I have to revise what I have to study at school and what in the entrance coaching I have to give the test and all. So just imagine, this is also not a child labor? Yes, according to author, he is saying both are the child labor. One is a physical, the other one is the mental labor. They are getting drained out. They are not getting anything for their own life. Now here he has given few reasons for what purpose they are getting into this type of the labor. Maybe for the first child labor, the poverty is the main reason, because the parents could not afford, so they are pushing their children to do the work. Next is hunger, the same reason. Meager income, very less income, and the family is quite big and it is difficult for them to meet the ends of the life. So obviously they need 1 or 2 more people to earn. For that purpose, they are not letting their child study, they are not letting their child enjoy, they just wanted him to go for earning the money. This is for the one section of the society. For the other section, which is a good section where studies are more important, parental aspirations. Aspirations, wishes, desires, all are the same meaning. Parents have an aspiration or you can say some comparisons, competitions, like okay, one of my relatives son or daughter has scored so and so, so my daughter or my son should also score this much. They have a aspiration for their children. Obviously they wanted a better future for their children, that's why they wanted to do all this. But according to Azim Premji, he is saying that because of these things, like this such a tight schedule and this long working hours, what the children are losing? Children are losing friends, no friends to discuss, to talk, no curiosity. You may have seen children of 3 to 4 years where they don't have all these pressures. They are very curious. They'll go at every nook and corner to find out what is there in that corner. If you give them some toy or something, they just want to break the toy and see that what is that inside. That is the curiosity. Every child does have that. If you just cover something in front of them and keep it to them, they just simply try to find it out, what is that inside that. This is the curiosity. Every child has that. If you set them not to do this, they'll do that because they don't have any fear. They want to do it. They find out what is there. Very curious children. So they are killing the curiosity for both physical as well as the mental labor. No friends, no curiosity, no exploration. Exploration to find something, to discover. They can't. They don't have that much time to do. Someone is busy in doing the work to earn. Someone is busy in studying to do better in the future. So no exploration, no dancing in rains. If you like see some of the old movies or someone where they can show that whenever the rain comes, the children normally goes out and play. But now it is not possible because some children are busy in doing physical work, some are busy in mental work. So it is not possible to dance in the rain. That means the rain is falling on the empty streets rather than on the children, and let the children, they are not at all enjoying the life. And the same situation is everywhere. Either it could be slums, villages, cities, metropolitan cities, wherever, the lowest strata to the highest strata, you can find the same type of the, either because of the poverty, hunger or meager income, or because of the parental aspirations. The children, both the children are facing the same problems. They don't even recognize their problems as well. They are just they are trained, actually their mind has been trained in such a way that they have to do that work. Their wishes, their desires are completely forbidden. So he is actually saying that our children are straitjacketed. I said in the previous class, the meaning of this straitjacketed is restricted. They are restricted to play, they are restricted to enjoy, they are restricted to explore. So many things are there. And Azim Premji felt very bad, and he thought that how our society is going to run without the children having their basic potentials. They have the potential to play, they have the potential to be curious, they have the potential to explore anything, but they are not getting the chance to do all this. So how do our children become in the future? So that was his thought. In the next class, I hope you have got all this. You have understood the exact what is the comparison he has done and how he has compared with the child labor into two categories. And obviously according to him, both are child labor. One is mental, one is physical. And sometimes these become physical as well, because carrying such a big bag on their shoulders, it is being said that their shoulder bone is getting a little bit burdened more, and it is getting lessened out because of the burden carrying by the children. So many of the schools are providing the cupboards to the children to keep their bags and to keep their extra books over there. So obviously they are in a very bad situation. Both physical and mental, they are doing the work. They are doing the physical work, and that too for a long hours without the wages. So with that, I hope you have understood. In the next class, we'll continue the explanation. By the time, take care. Goodbye.